Okay, I am live for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington football team. I'm going to try this whole streaming thing again. Hopefully somebody comes on and watches. That would be that'd be very much welcoming. So here we go. Another shot here. I wanted to live stream the Rams Seahawks game, but some things happened, technical difficulties, and right now no score. So here we go. Tampa Bay is on offense. Brady back to throw, and he throws incomplete in the end zone. So far, nobody in. That's okay. I will let people come in and if they want to. If not, I'll just cancel the stream and just watch for the fun of it. So far, a pretty good start for Tampa Bay on this very first drive, as they were able to get some offense going. And here's a handoff to Fournette for about 8. So far, nobody in, and I understand. I suppose nobody's even going to show up at all, but we'll definitely give it some time. Third to 3, Brady double clutches and throws it out of the back of the end zone and incomplete. So they were able to stay with Gronkowski, and again Brady knocked down. He'll force a field goal attempt for Tampa Bay. Very good coverage on the back end. Covering with 7 guys, rushing with 4. This is okay. And again, getting a hit on Tom Brady, that's going to be critical. Twice on that drive, Brady gets knocked down, and twice he had to throw it away. So here comes Ryan Suckup, 5 years in the Chiefs, 6 years with the Titans. So far, nobody joining. Tampa Bay is going to come along and get a field goal after they weren't able to convert into the red zone. All right, welcome over to the person that joined my live stream for the Tampa Bay Washington football team game. I'm trying to start here with a whole brand new stream after things didn't go so well for the Los Angeles Rams Seattle Seahawks game. Feel free to comment anytime you want, and thank you for joining for this live stream. I'm a little bit late due to just trying to get things set up, and so far the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have possessed the ball on offense. They got into the red zone, only having to settle for a field goal by Ryan Suckup, so it should be 3-zip Tampa Bay. I will change that in just a sec.
Start the year right with the amazing iPhone 12 on the 5G from America's most reliable network.
This new iPhone plus Verizon 5G?
Game changer.
Unlimited plans include 5G. And now iPhone 12 Pro with 5G is on us. Only on Verizon.
How about you?
No. No way.
Come on, no.
Maybe a little bit of
No.
Only Discover has no annual fee on any card.
There we go. That should do it. How's it going there, Trace? Don't you have a game to prep for the Titans? And I'd like to welcome 3 people that have joined this live stream here, Tampa Bay at the Washington football team. Feel free to comment anytime you want. Thanks for joining, and let's have some fun with some playoff football after I attempted to try to stream the Los Angeles Rams Seattle Seahawks game. Unfortunately, things weren't able to work together, and had some technical difficulties where my voice had some kind of crackling thing. It kind of happens from time to time, and trying to make up for it here with trying to stream this game.
Start with a quote at 1-800-FARMERS.
So far, Tampa Bay has had the ball on offense. Washington is about to come up here with their first drive with Tyler Heineke being the starter with Alex Smith out with a calf injury, unfortunately. What is that to see what Heineke can do for Washington at quarterback?
Some guys just look like they should in one jersey. Then you see the other one. It takes a while to get used to. Peyton's run with the Broncos certainly helped that, getting to the Super Bowl a couple of times and winning.
Let's see. The answer to this question, John, is that I don't know. I really think it's pretty tough. I really think the Rams and the Bucs are very, very good matchups for the Packers. Given the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are much more fast and physical on the defense than the Rams are, I'd have to say probably the Rams. But I would like to have had another shot at the Tampa Bay Bucs, and there still is an opportunity to do so, I believe. No, there isn't, because we're most likely going to get the Rams, but given that they just beat the Seattle Seahawks, I would agree that's a toss-up, because the Los Angeles Rams are tough on defense. They just showed it today against Seattle for sure, and they were able to force Russell Wilson into some throws. They got some pass rush. Aaron Donald today was a game wrecker, among others, and then they were very good today. The Rams. I was very tempted to pick them for this game, but the uncertainty with Jared Goff not going in there kind of did it, and they're playing in Seattle, so that's why I kind of went with Seattle and I rolled in that direction for that purpose. Could you guys let me know how the audio is? Could you how is everything coming in clear? Can you hear the game? Anyway, with Washington having the ball here, 1st and 10, Heineke hands it off to Gibson, and Gibson goes nowhere. It appears to have maybe even been a loss of one. That Tampa Bay run defense is very, very good. Okay, he got -4 on that. Wow, and that really is a testament to how well that defensive front for the Bucs are. I kind of had going in here predicting that the Tampa Bay Bucs were gonna play the run very well, and I believe that is certainly going to be the case tonight. All right, snap to Taylor. All day to throw, goes deep, and it's incomplete. He almost had it. Cam Sims going down the middle of the field. Had a really, really good shot to come away with a nice pass deep down the middle of the field. Yeah, I agree with that. I respect Tom too, but I just can't root for him. And yeah, Mr. Stiff Arm. That's Derrick Henry for you. AJY, I'm actually kind of glad that somebody from the Tennessee Titans is joining this stream. Thanks for joining, my man. Cheers. I actually picked your Titans to beat the Baltimore Ravens tomorrow. So I hope your Titans do really well. I got a great amount of respect for the Tennessee Titans in general. I really like their franchise, their history, even though they are rooted in Houston. But Tennessee has had some bad breaks, and after a 3-and-out, the Washington football team are going to punt from their own 25. Tressway gets it off. I believe that's the punter. I haven't been paying too much attention. And Jaden Mickens gets a minimal return on the punt from Washington. Roll Tide, by the way. Alabama fan. I respect Alabama too. They're a very, very good college team, very well coached, and they have a lot of talent going from that school. It's almost unmatched. Okay, with about 3 people in here, give this stream a thumbs up if you haven't, and if you are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel for some more NFL content in general. If you're a Packers fan or a fan from another football team, I have all kinds of videos out.
Wait, what are we listening to?
Get it at McDonald's when you get 2 of your faves for just $6.
Itchy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get new Charmin Ultra Strong. It just cleans better, so your family can use less. Hello, clean bottom.
So far, 3-0 Tampa Bay with the little bit of the edge here. They've been able to move the football pretty well on their first drive. Washington went 3 and out after getting stuffed on first and 10, getting stuffed on the run. Gibson went nowhere, and it was a bummer that Washington wasn't really able to come away with points to be able to make it a 3-3 game here.
Coverage and speed. Who says you can't have it all? Where to go today? LA, Vegas, no, the desert. Let's listen to this. Louder. Take these guys? I mean, there's room. Maybe next time, fellas.
I just want to check a few things.
All right, let's go.
So the commercial break. Who do you guys have winning this game? The Bucs or the football team? I would like to know what you guys think, and if you haven't voted, you can go to the community tab and you can cast your vote in for which games you have picked.
Young Rock, coming soon to NBC.
Who's going to come out victorious in the wild card round? And so far, I'm 1 for 1. Or I'm sorry, I've actually tied 1-1 with picking 1 correct and 1 incorrect. Doesn't really look like there's much of anything. And with Washington back on defense, they're able to stuff Fournette for probably for a no gain, or maybe have lost a few yards. That's the way it looks like for now at this juncture. It's -2 on that. Really, really good play right there by the Washington front. They have a very, very good defensive front, the football team. Yeah, I also picked the Tampa Bay Bucs to win it too, but I'm cheering more for the Washington football team. I like to go for the underdog. Good pass by Brady to Godwin for a first down off the 2nd down and 14. That was a pretty good play right there. Godwin came in on a really, really nice shallow crosser there with some off coverage. It was a really, really nice easy completion and caught for the first. Okay, and a handoff to Leonard Fournette goes for about 6. So it'll be 2nd down coming up, and about 3 or 4, given the spot.
You don't normally see big men be able to do. He chases all over the field. He can rush the passer. He plays the run. He's a dynamic player, can do it all out there.
And another handoff goes to Fournette. This time he's not going to get anything. Maybe he might get a couple off the second effort.
I love what he said, Tony. You know, he was all emotional coming off the field in Philadelphia on Sunday night. Washington won the division. Said, "I'm coming. I want Tom." And he was a good laugh from it either. He when they got on him about it, he said, "Yes, I want him. I want to compete. That's what I do." I love what he told us this week. There's an infectiousness.
All right, 3rd and 4 coming up, and we're just over 7 minutes to go in this first quarter here. Brady in the shotgun with 2 wide, including Gronk, and then we got a flag down here. This is probably going to be a false start on the Bucs. Oh, delay. I didn't really realize the play clock. I was looking at several different things at once there.
He's shifting, he's motioning around, he's trying to see what the defense does. He actually told us he's trying to listen to get some calls as well.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Tampa Bay coming up. 7:33 left in the first quarter. Tampa on their second drive after forcing Washington to punt. Chase Young looking ready and eager to go get Brady. Here we go. Good clean pocket. Pass is dropped by Evans going over to the left, and it's 4th down for Tampa again, and they will punt to the football team, who will go back on their second drive for the offense.
And this is Kendall Fuller just doing a great job sitting down at the sticks, realizing they're going to throw this intermediate route, and that is excellent coverage and great technique.
Bradley Pinion to punt.
Bradley Pinion mentioned his excellent kickoff season. About average middle of the pack in terms of net target.
And looks like it's going to be fair caught by Sims, and Washington will start at their 14-yard line.
As Heineke comes out for drive number 2. Down 3.
3-0, 7:14 to go in the first.
We all have seasons in our lives where something takes us to a place where we need to ask for help. And that's what food banks are here for. I asked Dale if Walmart would partner with us.
Pretty fair to say that this is going to be a very, very good game. I definitely had it pretty close, low scoring. I had it 24-12 in my predictions, with the winner going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they are the better team and they are the hotter team of the two. So that is kind of why I went with Tampa in that direction. I really wanted to pick Washington just because I love the underdog, and I just really love to cheer more for the underdogs, especially the underdogs that go up against Tom Brady. I think a lot of us probably here are sick and tired of seeing Brady getting to the Super Bowl, but that's just a testament to how good of a quarterback he really is and how good of football teams he has been on throughout the duration of his career as a starting quarterback. So I gotta give Tom, the Patriots, and the Buccaneers their credit for what they have been able to do with their quarterback in order to be able to win football games and get to the big one if Tampa does in fact get to the Super Bowl at all. Not counting on it. I'm hoping that it's going to be us, the Green Bay Packers. We are going to win the Super Bowl and take home that Lombardi for a 5th time.
I had a difficult time getting internships because people didn't believe I could speak English.
I was experiencing ageism in the industry.
So here's to another Super Bowl in the Aaron Rodgers era.
Now I'm a content tracer.
It will come. I believe it, and I hope that all of Packer Nation believes in it too, because I feel it's going to come.
Our town belongs to us.
I am helping people get through this.
How are you, my life?
I'm going to help you, okay?
Chicago Wednesday returns Wednesday on NBC. A live look at the U.S. Capitol Dome, standing central tonight over our nation's capital, as it has every night for over a century and a half. The site again this Wednesday of another chapter in American history, invaded by violent riotous protesters by day and democracy continuing a few hours later with the presidential election results confirmed. The Capitol is just 10 miles.
They decided to bring some politics into this.
A game that oftentimes provides that respite from reality, and so many around our country hoping.
All right, Washington back on offense at the 14. Heineke dropping back, throws this one into the dirt. No one was really open there, and so it'll be 2nd and 10. I'm kind of hoping Washington gets something going in the short passing game here to be able to mitigate the lack of being able to run the football here, and I think they were trying to set something up to Gibson. It didn't go through.
At right guard, a first-team All-Pro yesterday.
Heineke hands this one off to Gibson. Gibson is going to get about 3 or 4 right there. Pretty decent run to set up a third and manageable.
Third down coming up. Well, in a second, let's introduce you to the Tampa defense. Ndamukong Suh back in the playoffs with his 4th different team, leading this veteran group. Really good on
Very, very good group right there with Tampa. We've got Ndamukong Suh leading the defensive front, and then the linebackers, Shaq Barrett, Devin White, and Levante David, the very underrated Levante David. I can't say enough good things about Levante, what he brings to the table as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers inside linebacker. He is really an underrated heartbeat. And Heineke going deep, and he completes this to Cam Sims for a first and more. First down. Good job. Good throw by Heineke. I think Cam Sims can really be able to find a way to be able to get open on this defense. He's been able. He's got some ability. He's got some speed. He's got some quickness, and he's a really sharp route runner. Good throw, great catch, great run too.
36 yards on the connection.
And Washington now on the Tampa Bay side of the field, and Antonio Gibson will get tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Winfield for a -2.
The same name, terrific defender, makes the tackle. Tony, I want to come back to Heineke here for a second because unless you watched Carolina's Week 16 game 2 years ago against Atlanta, you haven't seen him but for a quarter that Washington played.
Second and 11, 5 minutes to go in the first. Heineke in the shotgun with Gibson in the backfield with him. Here's the snap. Heineke back to throw. It looks like it's tipped, and I think it's picked by Sean Murphy Bunting. But maybe he dropped it right there. I don't know. We'll see what it is. That was a really good tip right there by the Bucs defender, whoever got that. I'm guessing it was Golston. Very good tip right there. I think it's actually Shaq Barrett. Let's see if that was picked right there. He's got it. That's an interception. Really good play there by the Bucs defense.
After 8 years, the mission is coming to an end. But new missions are just beginning. Like school, home ownership, a family. At Navy Federal Credit Union, we know you've got big things ahead.
So that is how things are going down so far for Washington. Not much offense going, and Tampa Bay picks off on a tipped pass, and they are going to get the first turnover in this game after a really good play by the Tampa Bay Bucs on the defensive front. They're able to get it, and Murphy Bunting picks it off.
I'll even file for you.
Thank you. File with the help of an expert, or let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax Live.
So far, still 3-zip Tampa on top. So far, we haven't had much of a turnout. There's been a little bit of something, but not very much. I understand. I just kind of started this stream very a little bit late. I just needed to be able to set things up after a failed attempt at being able to get the Los Angeles Rams Seattle Seahawks stream, and I had some technical difficulties, which I had to cancel that stream. I was intending to stream for this game too, every single NFC game, but I think I'm going to try to make up for it with this stream. Tampa Bay Bucs at the Washington football team, and this should be a very fun wild card game.
Wednesday's most watched dramas are back. 3 riveting episodes in one night. Chicago Med, Fire, and PD. Don't miss an all-new Chicago Wednesday on NBC.
So far, not much going on in the chat, and not very many have joined this session. And then Brady first on 1st and 10 throws it behind his running back Keyshawn Vaughn, and a little bit of a miscommunication there. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And then bring pressure, and it's going to be Kevin Minter this time. He gets picked up by McKissick, but
okay, so it was Minter that tipped the ball for Tampa, and then it was picked off by Murphy Bunting. Very good play.
The ball was tipped. Great defensive play by Minter. And Murphy Bunting was popped out to play the outside.
Okay, with under 5 minutes to go, Tampa will have the ball here at the 42. Snap. Brady throws to his left, and no dice there. The coverage is very well done. Trying to go to Chris Godwin there. Very good coverage by the defensive backfield there for Washington. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Bucs.
Tony, a lot of big names on the front 4 for this Washington football defense, but they do a really good job in the back end with not the biggest name players in the league. Very smart players who understand that.
Big 3rd and 10 coming up here for Washington. After the turnover, this will be a very, very big help to Washington if they can be able to force a 3 and out here. Pressure, and the ball looks like it's complete to Scotty Miller for a first down. And they convert on 3rd and 10 here for Tampa Bay to keep the drive alive. And with under 4 minutes to go,
This is left side, Smith on Chase Young. Coming late.
we definitely have quite a bit of defense in this game. Not so much on the offensive side for both, but I'd say not offensively, the nudge would have to go to Tampa Bay. They've been able to move the ball a little bit better. And now we got a handoff to Vaughn, which will go for 4. Second and 6 with under 4 minutes to go.
In there here in the midpoint of this first quarter, this is the 3rd drive for Tampa. And they're mixing run and pass well, but Washington on defense, they're being patient. And they just want to hold the fort down. Don't give up big plays. Make Tampa go down the field slowly.
And a handoff to Vaughn again. He's going to get about 2 or 3 here, so there'll be a 3rd and short coming up for Tampa Bay on this drive, entering the end of the 3rd.
What's your view? You know Bruce Arians so well. You want your roommates together. You've seen Tom Brady's offense for years. Is this a melding of these 2 offensive thoughts and philosophies? It really is, and you have to credit Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator. He's kind of the go-between. And what does Tom
Bruce Arians' mask looks really, really silly.
With what Bruce wants, and they're doing a beautiful job of it.
All right, 3rd and 3. And it's a play action fake. Brady going to his right and completes this one. Touchdown to Antonio Brown. Man, he was open.
Antonio Brown, who got red hot the last couple of games.
And now it's 9-0 Tampa Bay. That will probably become 10-0 once they get the extra point here.
Brady looked off, came to him, just a veteran play and a well-designed play by Byron.
This is probably why a lot of people have picked the Tampa Bay Bucs here, is that they're a pretty good football team. They've come into this game hot, and they are doing very well today right now in this game. They've been able to get a turnover on defense, and now they got the first touchdown of the game, and the extra point is no good. I think it was blocked.
So the missed extra point
So now it's just 9-0 still, but very good drive by Tampa Bay after the interception by Murphy Bunting, and that is how it's going to go for towards the end of the first, with Washington turning the ball over, and which leads to a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
To be honest,
I'll bet Skip Bayless is really having a good old time right there somewhere in Los Angeles, California.
dead skin cells? Wow. So now I grab my super heavy duty super investor.
He'll probably give Murphy Bunting and Minter no credit for that. And in fact, he'll just give it all to his little man crush that he has. Not much to say here. There's really not anybody here in this stream. I'll probably give it to the end of the half. If nobody else is really going to be coming in, I'll just end the stream, and that will end. Just give it another lackluster stream that was just not meant to be in the cards, unfortunately. So far, this has really been just mostly a defensive contest with not much to say, really. There's been one touchdown by the Tampa Bay Bucs and their offense for the most part. And that was off a turnover, which was thrown by Tyler Heineke. That was not a very much, I don't know if it was tipped by Kevin Minter going in on a blitz, and that was how things went for that drive, and Tampa Bay capitalized and scored a touchdown off the turnover. That's what defenses can really do for you, is that you can force turnovers. It gives your offense a chance to do something and score points.
Well, the night before Super Bowl 55, the NFL's brightest stars will be recognized for the best plays and moments of this 2020 season. Tune in. NFL Honors, Saturday, February 6th, 9 Eastern, on CBS. Mr. Brady has an honor or two, a record or two. And it's been a year where he has been able to throw deep 20-plus yards downfield, the most in the league. And that's, people wondered, the no-risk-it, no-biscuit conversation with his Bruce Arians offense. Brady downfield to Antonio Brown for that 36-yard touchdown.
Now the Bucs will kick off, and Washington will get another opportunity to get some points here to end the first quarter with it being under 3 minutes to go. This one will be kicked off out of bounds, or kicked off out of the end zone for a touchback.
27-year-old Taylor Heineke, not too far from here, Old Dominion University, tremendous career. Won the Walter Payton Award, that's the Heisman for the FCS level. Undrafted, Minnesota, Houston threw a pass against Pittsburgh on Christmas Day, the Panthers, and was signed to Washington's practice squad on December 8th. Tony, remember the game this year where Denver had their quarterback room wiped out because of COVID-19? Well, Washington saw that, so we need a quarantine quarterback, so they called Heineke. They said I was sitting in the back of the room, they were throwing me sandwiches and water.
All right, Heineke back to throw. He's getting some pass rush throws on the run, and it's complete to Logan Thomas, the tight end, for a big gain. First down, Washington.
Heineke has looked good here in this opening quarter. And like this is what the Washington coaches told us he would bring.
Good play by Heineke, going scrambling all the way to his right and being able to make a very nice run on the throw, very Aaron Rodgers-esque type of throw on the run, and completes it to his tight end, Logan Thomas, for a big gain to the right. First down, and right to the 49 of Washington. Heineke back to throw, and this one is caught by McLaurin for another first down. I can see why they wanted to roll with Heineke in this game, because he's got some ability. right now he's being able to test this Tampa Bay defense a little bit more, and he's up to the task for the most part, aside from an interception. But that was not his fault. It was tipped, and it was more of a good play by Tampa's defense. And now we got a handoff to Gibson, which is going to go for a minimal gain, just a couple. Second and long coming up, probably second and about 8. I think Gibson probably just got a couple on this drive. With a minute to go, second and 8. 9-zip, Tampa Bay on top.
Through the transactions, and one of the spots you see is New England practice squad, and there's Mr. New England.
Heineke back to throw from the 30 and avoids a sack and is able to scramble and make his way for pretty close to a first down. He will, in fact, get it. And now they're in Tampa Bay territory. First down, good run by Heineke there.
After introducing himself, Heineke said the two sat and watched film together for about half an hour. He said it was so awesome to pick his brain, and he can't believe that he's playing against Brady.
With under a minute to go, under 40 seconds, Heineke on first and 10. Ball at the 21-yard line of Tampa. Snap goes to him, and a handoff to Gibson. He's going to get about 1.
Gain of 2 as we get to the end of this opening quarter.
And Mike, the success is going to fall on Taylor Heineke because Todd Bowles on defense for Tampa said, "We're not going to let you run." I'm going to
not much to speak of here. That's going to wrap up the first quarter.
Throw the ball to win this game, no question.
Washington in the red zone for the first time. They're at the 19 as we start the second quarter. After one, Tampa leads.
And after the first quarter, it's 9-0 Tampa Bay, and that's going to take us to
This is the new iPhone
the second quarter,
with 5G.
right after
And
these
on nationwide 5G from AT&T.
sets of commercials.
And existing customers can get our best deal.
Really? Mom, AT&T has a deal for new and existing customers. I will.
So what'd you say?
Wrong person. It's a guy named Carl. But he's very excited and on his way.
So that wraps it up for the first quarter with it's been all Tampa Bay, and they were able to get a field goal off their first drive, Ryan Suckup, and then Washington they're in their second possession, and the ball was tipped by Kevin Minter and picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting to set up a touchdown pass from Tom Brady to Antonio Brown, and that's why things are right at where they are, 9-0, with the visiting team on top. And not really much to speak of offensively for really either team except for the Bucs, and not really much to speak of much going on for this stream either. It's been really, really quiet with a little bit of fireworks to start out. Anybody can come in at any time, ask some questions, ask which teams I've picked to win their games today. I know I've made a video on this, so you can go and check that one out also. It's the wildcard predictions. And yeah. That is how things have rolled so far, which is a lot of things have went more in Tampa Bay's direction, but Washington has been able to put together a pretty good drive ending the first quarter. There has been some pretty good passes by Heineke. He's been able to complete some deep ones to Cam Sims, and then he completed a nice deep throw to his tight end Logan Thomas on a scramble to his right, and was able to make a very, very nice throw. And I definitely can see a lot of chances for Washington to be able to do some things deep down the field. Okay, with a couple people just kind of popping in and out, I think I'm probably just going to I think I just may end this stream after this half. If things work out, then great. And for those of you that have, if anyone has stuck around for that matter, thanks for sticking with me and joining. I really appreciate it, but this stream feels dead. Whoa. There's some pass rush by the Tampa Bay Bucs front there, and it forces incompletion, and now it's 3rd and 8 coming up on this drive. Are they thinking it was a fumble? No, it's incomplete, obviously. Very nice rush. I believe that was a blitz coming from Todd Bowles to force an early throw by Heineke, and then that was a really, really close to a sack there by Antoine Winfield. Very, very good call. I'm sorry, that was Whitehead, Jordan Whitehead. He came free, and nobody picked him up. 3rd and 8 with some rush, and Heineke completes it, I think, to Steven Sims Jr. Nice. That was really close to the sideline too. Heineke really with a really good throw and a nice completion on to the sideline to Sims on an in route. Very, very well done. Very good throw. Nice catch. Sims was able to drag his feet in bounds. That is a great catch. Now it's 1st and goal for Washington. At the 9, Heineke back to throw. He looks like he's going to try to take it himself. He's going to get a couple off a run here. So that'll be 2nd and goal from the 7 for Washington, who are being able to get something on this drive here and be able to put up some points. They should be able to come away with a field goal, if not a touchdown on this drive, to be able to make it a closer game. So far, Taylor's done a really good job for Washington. He's being able to complete some nice deep throws to Cam Sims, Logan Thomas, and here we go with a handoff to Gibson. Gibson is going to get about up to the 3-yard line on. Good call there, actually. I really like that. Now it's 3rd and manageable on 3rd and goal coming up. There's a lot of options what they can do here on the offense here.
No question about it, but they know they're not going to beat Tom Brady with field goals. So this is a situation where you've got to dial up your best play here to score.
Big 3rd and goal here, you guys. If Washington can put this one in, punch it in through, and then that'll be a very, very good for Washington to be able to get some confidence boosting, to be able to get in, and taking this one is McKissick for a touchdown. And now it's 9-6. Very, very good drive right there by Heineke and the Washington football team to be able to make it a 9-6 game with a possible extra point to be able to make it 7. Nice run. It was very, very well done. I actually thought they were going to throw it there on 3rd and goal, but it was a very good, nice opening hole for McKissick to go through, and takes it right up the middle. Extra point goes off the left upright, and good. He really almost went full on. The guy that almost missed the field goal hit the upright and went through. I forgot who that was. Who was the kicker for the Titans? I'm drawing a blank on who did that. But it's 9-7 and 9-7. Very much. It's very much anyone's game still. Very much anyone's game, and a whole ton of ball game left. But really, it looks like the favorites are up by 2, and the home team, underdog football team, is just 2 points from being able to tie this sucker up, and 3 points away from winning. So this is definitely a very good game. It's been mostly a defensive contest, but there has been some offense, pretty much more balanced now that off that this third drive for Washington, they were able to come away with some points and be able to make it a 9-7 score in the second quarter of this wild card matchup. So far, this is a pretty good game. It's kind of pretty much what I expected. A little bit more low scoring. I went with a 24-12 victory for Tampa, but I think that will not be happening with the score. But yep, things could happen. Maybe there could be a safety that could happen, and that could possibly make it into. I don't think you can. I don't think they're gonna. I think there's gonna be a 12-point scored by Washington, but who knows? Yeah, I've definitely been impressed with Heineke so far, John, and thanks for joining this stream. It feels like it's been dead, but I guess a lot of people would rather just watch it on cable and or whatever streaming service that they have rather than just hear and listen to me. I mean, hopefully you guys can actually hear the audio a little bit. Just in case anybody can't catch the game, I want to be able to get a little bit of something to you guys aside from my commentary. But I'm just kind of testing a few things out to see how my commentary is and see how people, if they like my streams, and I would love to do some more live streams. These whole NFC playoff games is just a test run, really, to see how things go. If people want to tune into these live streams and let's talk about football, have some fun. And it really doesn't seem like there's much to talk about right now. It's mostly just me giving my thoughts and opinions and my play-by-play on this. And I know that I'm not the best in the business on YouTube when it comes to commentary, especially given that I'm on a very, very bad laptop where the audio is absolutely horrible, and I'm trying my best given the circumstance. And with in the second quarter here, Tampa Bay is going to get the ball again after the Washington score.
14 wins, 16 from Montana, right? But you're talking goat farm, forget it. It's the goat of goats. 30 for Tom Brady. 30 postseason wins.
A little bit biased much, aren't you guys? All right, and here's an end around to Brown, and he's going to get a first down and a whole lot more up to about the 38-yard line. The ball came out, but he's down, and Brown recovered it anyway. Nothing to see there. Okay, it was a wide receiver run. It was not an end around.
Well blocked, but that's great speed.
Antonio Brown has really come along recently. He's done a very good job for the Bucs, and I think they're just being able to figure him out, use him right, and then get up to speed with the offense. Here's Fournette for a couple on first down. That Washington's defense, they match up pretty well with this offensive line of Tampa's. They have some physicalness. They have a little bit of speed there, and I know that they can stop the run fairly well. And they stop teams from scoring points, which is why I love the matchup going into this game. When a lot of people want to discount them as a 7-9 team that did not belong in the playoffs, I saw this as a very good opportunity for Washington to shut the naysayers up. And there's a receiver or a running back screen to Fournette, gets up to pretty close to the first down yard mark. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up. And with about 2 of us in here, if you haven't already done so, give this stream a thumbs up. turn that gray button to blue for me, that would be great. And thank you for those who have joined in and stuck with me throughout this stream, which I know I'm trying here. And right now we got 3rd and 3 coming up. Brady back to throw, lots of time, and he throws it on a dump off to Fournette for a first down. Good play there, very well done. That's something that's been incorporated into this Bucs offense, which is being able to incorporate some more short throws to running backs and other guys in the flat, tight ends and whatnot. So far, there hasn't been much of a Gronk sighting, which is probably what a lot of people are thinking will happen, is a Gronk catch. But I think it's going to come once Tampa Bay can settle in a little bit more, and then he'll be able to find a tight end down the field whenever he is not being used in coverage or blocking. Brady going back to throw, and this one's a touchdown to Godwin, who was wide open down the field. And that will now make it 15-7. That was a very good play right there. Godwin goes in motion and then is able to get open on a shallow crosser there to be able to beat down on the zone coverage, and they punch it in. And I think that they're going to go for 2 here after the missed extra point on their first touchdown. So that'll make it 17-7 here in about 10 minutes to go in the second quarter here. Brady in the shotgun. Fournette next to him. Brown in motion. Handoff goes to Fournette, and he's short. He's going to be short, and that's going to remain at 15-7 for the Bucs. And that right there is how it is. Tampa Bay coming back with a nice impressive drive of their own with a nice mix of run and pass, some short passes mostly going to his running back, Fournette, as well as some pretty good ground game coming from Fournette, Keyshawn Vaughn, and some pretty good passes in general by Tom. He's had a lot of time to throw. So far, not much of anything has been able to get going for the Redskins on the pass rush department, unfortunately. And that's how things have been going. And yeah. I'm going to step aside for just a sec with nobody in here, and I really, really don't think that there's not going to be too much of anybody caring right now. Okay, I'm back. Just wanted to grab something to drink, and that's all. So far, 15-7 Tampa Bay, the favorites ahead of the Washington football team, the home squad, the underdogs that are definitely giving Tampa Bay giving it their money's worth. And let's see what will happen for the rest of the remaining of the second quarter here for what Washington can do with Taylor Heineke at quarterback and what they can do on this upcoming drive for,
Turn the favor. Tony, your hometown's becoming the home of champs. Yes, we are. How about those Bulls?
10 minutes to go. Washington with another drive coming. I got a pretty good feeling that they're going to be able to go down and score some points here to be able to make it within maybe they can be able to make it a 15-15 game with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here to be able to tie it up and possibly to make it a tie game for the half.
Taylor Heineke has been just as good. He's finding the open man. Todd Bowles is bringing a lot of heat, and he's been able to deal with it. Whether by moving out of the pocket, running away from it, keeping his poise, even with free runners, turning negative plays into positive plays. He has been outstanding so far tonight. Now has to answer with a big drive here. See his numbers. Just one start.
Heineke, 1st and 10, back to throw, completes this one to Sims and on a dig, and so that'll make it 2nd and about 3 or 4, give or take.
So, Tony, you imagine making your 1st or your 2nd start in the NFL. I mentioned the one start.
Pretty good throw there. Very good play to start out on this drive.
With the LA Rams, Gifford Nielsen, our former colleague Doug Flutie, Marinovich and Connor Cook a few years ago, and today too, Heineke and John Wolford, and we heard from John Wolford.
2nd and 5. And this one's a fake handoff, and this one is incomplete, going to Sims again. And now it's 3rd and 5 coming up. 9:23 to go in the second.
Mentioned Ron Jaworski. He is in the building here tonight, calling the game on national radio with Kevin Harlan. Yeah, one of my old partners, one of the best. Always a good time around Jaws, always a smile. And wait, he had some.
Now we got Heineke in the shotgun, 3rd and 5. Here we go. This will be a big 3rd down conversion here coming up. Man in motion. Heineke looking to his left, throws, and it's caught by Sims, and I think he's really close to a 1st down. I think he got it. Depends on where they spot it. 1st down. Very, very good throw by Heineke. Very, very good route by Sims, and Cam is doing very, very well for Washington today. He's able to beat Jamel Dean on that dig right there for a 1st. So far, 3 catches for 46 for Cam. And here we go with an outside handoff to Gibson. Gibson's going to get a 1st down. Good job, Gibson. That was the best run by Washington all day. Being able to bounce it outside, shuck and jive, and boom, gets a 1st down.
Outside sweep and picked up a 1st down.
1st and 10, ball at the 47 of Washington. 8:18 to go. And this one is going to be a receiver run here. And this one is Sims Jr. for about 6 or 7 on that. Good play there. They kind of did that same type of receiver handoff, receiver toss, the very same one that they did with Antonio Brown for Tampa Bay.
It's so tough to run inside. Washington having a little more success now, trying to get the ball outside on 1st down.
Missed tackle there, but it was a heck of a run there by. It was a good play call there. And here's a pass to the right to McLaurin for a 1st down by Heineke. Very good. Washington is doing a pretty good job with a lot of these short passes here by Heineke, and being able to go and being able to go deep earlier. Heineke completing some beautiful deep throws to Sims and Logan Thomas to start out, and now he's been able to get some digs and some pretty quick throws to McLaurin and company. Heineke, 1st and 10, going to the left, and this one hits off the hands of Isaiah Wright, the backup receiver, and we got 2nd and 10 coming up for Washington.
You've brought the kitchen sink a few times at Heineke. You've tested him. He's handled that. Do you change it all and try to mix coverages now on him? You might, but that's not who top.
I gotta think that they should go for a 2nd down run here. Try it out. I really think that they can get something going on the ground game. Although I would try to bring in McKissick a little bit. And this one is a handoff, inside handoff. This one's going to Gibson. He's only going to get about 1 or 2 on that. It's going to be 3rd and long here for Washington. I thought maybe this one probably could have gone to McKissick, but maybe it would have been a little bit hard for McKissick to do it too, given how good this Tampa run defense is. This will be really something if Washington can win this one. I'm not counting on it though. You know, this is a tough football team at Tampa Bay, and this one is incomplete, going for Sims, and Washington is calling for a flag there for pass interference, and they're not going to get it. I have no idea I'd like to be able to see what's going on there. Let's see, Carlton Davis is pretty close to him, and I think he grabs a little bit early. What the? There was no call. I guess that was pretpretty close. I can see why they're pleading their case for a flag there on a hold by Davis. He was definitely there early. And now it's a 4th down and 9, and Tressway has to punt it back to Tampa Bay. And this one's a very good punt, and it's fair caught by Mickens at the 11. That is going to do it for that drive, with a very promising drive by the Redskins, only to fail on an incomplete pass to Sims, what could have been a defensive hold, but the refs didn't see enough for it to be a holding call on Carlton Davis there, so the Bucs are now back on offense. So 15-7, Tampa Bay on top of the Washington football team at home, with quite a bit of offense, a little bit of defense to go in there, especially when you had the tipped play by Kevin Minter, which resulted into an interception by Sean Murphy Bunting to set up the Tampa Bay Bucs for their first touchdown, which went to Antonio Brown, and then the second touchdown by the Tampa Bay Bucs went to Chris Godwin on it was a pretty good play. So far, Tampa Bay, I have to say the nudge probably goes a little bit more on the offensively to Tampa Bay, but Washington, given what they have with a backup quarterback, is doing pretty well, especially against a tough, ferocious defense such as Tampa Bay's. And Heineke is doing a very, very good job, despite the one interception and despite some other miscues, which there really hasn't been very many at all, really, by Washington.
Break it. I had a button spasms.
Stop it. Weakest Link. New episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink here.
Welcome back to Washington, Tampa Bay, leading Washington 15-7, and the Buccaneers have been leaning on Leonard Fournette. Ronald Jones came into this game on the injury report with a quad and a finger injury. He was a full participant all week in practice, but he has not entered this game. We are told he is questionable with that quad injury. He was seen on the sidelines on the bike, but you can see him there. Doesn't appear to be going back in this game.
All right, Tampa Bay back on offense. Hand off to Leonard Fournette. He's going to get about 8 on this one.
On that first down carry for Tampa Bay. Buccaneers leading here by 8. And Tony with
Yeah, I love the optimism. Packers and Chiefs for Super Bowl 55. That would be awesome.
We saw earlier, and he didn't pick up a read that Brady had for a screen outlet pass.
Yes, and so that tells us what
Okay, Leonard Fournette in the backfield, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 21-yard line of Tampa. Fournette's going to get the first down quite easily right there, gaining 3 on that run there. So far, Tampa's run has been very good. So far, not much of a sighting from Ronald Jones, which is a little bit of a surprise. It's been mostly Fournette, and there's been a little bit of Keyshawn Vaughn. I guess you kind of want to mix it up in there. Maybe we'll see more of Jones later.
Running inside the tackles. Number 4 overall pick, butted heads with Jaguars leadership for a couple of years. They really tried to get Leonard to be more professional and more on time.
Now Brady back to throw on 2nd, setting up the screen. This one is going to Fournette. He's going to get a first down and a whole lot more, going up to about the 48 of Tampa Bay. They're really doing a very good job, Tampa Bay, of being able to get these short passes to running backs, screens, and passes underneath into the flat to those guys. That was very well blocked by Tampa Bay's offensive line downfield to be able to get Fournette into open space for a big gain. Here we go with Brady in motion. 1st and 10, ball at the 48. Brady back to throw with minimal pressure, completes this one easily downfield to Brady for another first down. There really isn't much of an answer here for this Buccaneers offense by Washington. There's almost no pass rush at all, and they're just getting picked apart right now on this drive. It's been pretty easy, been able to go with some short passes and then there's this one that was a little bit deep, and Brady was wide open for that first down. And we got another handoff to Fournette, who was going to get about 4 on this one. This has been very, very, very well done by Tampa Bay's offense.
Run the ball, run it, power it, screen, play action, corner route, come back with the run, keeping Washington off balance. The good news is, I was going to say the same thing to you. Thinking the same exact thing, because this is what he talked about a little bit, the ability to do that.
All right, 2nd and 7. Here we go. Ball at the Washington 31. And Brady is wide open again for a first down, going to the 9-yard line. 6-yard line, excuse me. 1st and goal coming up by... And now the Buccaneers are really opening it up on the offensive side of the ball, man. I mean, Cameron was wide open. Wide open down the middle of the field. We got Chase Young, man, has been held in check by this Tampa Bay front here with Donovan Smith at left tackle, and then you got Rob Gronkowski chipping him in to keep him at bay, and then Montez Sweat and other guys are not really able to get in there. There is very good pass protection for Brady. And we got Fournette going for just 1 there here on 1st and goal, and now we go to this 2-minute warning. This is getting pretty good. this will be a very big stop by Washington if they can hold them to just 3 points here.
We all have seasons in our lives where something takes us to a place where we need to ask for help, and that's what food banks are here for.
And let's see. I actually really like this playoff stream. I really like this playoff format with the extra team in there, the 7th seed. I would have to agree the Bears should not be in the playoffs. I would much rather have the Arizona Cardinals, to be honest with you, but that's how it works. I guess you can have it where 9-7 and 8-8 teams can get in now because of the extra spot. And let's be honest, there's a 7-9 team that happens to be having the 4th seed. That's Washington. So, I mean, the playoffs format has actually worked out very well for the NFC. I'm sorry, for the AFC, since there have been a lot of 11-5 squads, and in fact, the Indianapolis Colts would have missed out on the playoffs if there wasn't that extra 7th seed, and that would have been not a very good look for another 11-5 squad to not make the playoffs despite their winning record. So I think it made sense to add the extra playoff seed in there for that matter, especially when you add it to it. Then there's 10-6 squads that also have missed the playoffs in recent years, with this year being a complete truth, as the Miami Dolphins missed the playoffs with a 10-6 record because they just weren't able to beat out other teams in the playoff hunt that was the Colts, Titans, Ravens, and the Browns that all finished 11-5 on the season. So with about 6 of us in here, give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. This is a pretty good turnout for now. Right now we got 15-7 Tampa Bay heading into the 2-minute warning of this wildcard playoff game in Washington. We'll see if the the Washington football team can do something here on defense to be able to get the ball back to their offense with not going up, not going down by 2 scores here. Or 2 touchdowns, excuse me. 2 scores. It'll be 2 scores if they get a field goal here. And now we got 2nd and goal after the stop. Brady fakes hands off, and this one is incomplete to the end zone here. Good play there by Ronald Darby to force it on the incomplete on the slant going to Godwin. So now we got 3rd and goal coming up for 3rd and goal coming up for Tampa Bay. Very good play by Ronald Darby on the slant. Pretty almost closer to a drop. And I think that one's out of bounds. That one's going to Gronk in the end zone. And are they going to go for the? They're going to go for it here, or they're going to take 3 here?
Excellent job, 1-on-1. John Bostic with Gronk, and he stayed right with it.
I understand. I would understand that. I guess the old playoff format could possibly come back into play next year. I don't know if this is just an experiment for this whole COVID situation. I really don't know. We'll see. And here's a 23-yard field goal for Ryan Suckup, and it's almost blocked, but it goes through. And now it's 18-7 Tampa Bay. Pretty good stop by Washington's defense here, just to hold them to 3 points. Best kicker name in the game. Sam Sloman. That was kind of an interesting name, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure people make fun of him. You know, Ryan Suckup. You know, you get to be called a suck up. I'm pretty sure he's gotten a lot of crap from people. So really good drive by Tampa Bay on offense. They're really getting a lot of good things going on in the pass game, and the run game has not been stopped very well by Washington. And this one's going to be kicked out of the end zone for a touchback. Washington will get the ball at the 25-yard line with under 2 minutes to go to be able to get some points.
Ron Rivera turned 59 on Thursday. The cancer diagnosis that came late summer, squamous cell carcinoma, and then through the treatment with his wife and daughter. So important, taking him to treatments every day. Ron kept coaching. Missed only a couple of practices, and as you see with so many cancer patients, ringing that bell at the end of their treatment, and has been an inspiration to the players on this team and to everyone around the league. And he has many, many friends in the National Football League.
All right, Heineke, 1st and 10, is going to get sacked. And the ball came out, but I think he was already down.
First it was ruled that it was down by that sack, and then there was a scramble at the bottom of the pile.
He has to have been down, and I.
First charge timeout. Tampa Bay. 30-second timeout. Please reset the game.
We talked about the full court press.
Let's see here.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are not going to sit back and play pre.
Looked like that ball was coming out as he was getting sacked. Wow.
Right. Meantime, you saw the ball come free here, right?
Wow.
There for a second, hand comes off the ball, as you see right there.
Maybe it was starting to come loose, but maybe Taylor came down with it himself and he was down. That could be it. We'll see what they call here.
It was recovered here. But I think they're saying forward progress has stopped on the sack. All right, we'll check that. It is going to be an official review, so New York will look at it. We'll step.
What do you think, you guys? Do you think that was a fumble, or is he down? Because I think the ball was starting to come out, but I think he was probably already down. Yeah, you can have the ball go out, but it doesn't necessarily mean he can't have the ball and gain control of it as he's going down. I'm going to address this. Let's see. If the Skins would not have come out and won their division and got a shot at Lawrence Fields or Lance, they would be instantly good with the defense. Alex Smith, not so much. I kind of agree. I would have to agree. Washington would benefit to be able to have a quarterback of the future, but I don't know. I'm trying to go back to this play here where the fumble.
Tampa Bay jumps on it first, but then we lose it completely. So I don't believe we have a clear and obvious recovery.
Yeah, I don't think you can overturn this really clearly. Not enough to overturn it, I don't think.
In there with Khalil Davis. Go ahead.
And in that case, it would just go back to the offense at the spot of the fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they might call it a fumble, but
my question would be, why did replay not stop this? If there was any question, why did they not stop it, Terry?
I think we are stopped in it. I believe we're official review right now.
So is this a sack or is it a fumble? And then there's no clear-cut evidence of a recovery by Tampa Bay. What do you guys think in the comments? Because I think he was sacked going down. The ball was coming out, and I think Taylor himself may have recovered it, and then he was down, and then the ball got punched out.
But I guess my question is, why
right when he was
should Tampa have to
down.
call a timeout to get this play looked at? After reviewing the play,
I don't think there's any evidence to overturn it.
Be second down.
Okay, there we go. There it is.
I'm glad he's got that mask on. Yeah, he is in disagreement. There you look and see. Don't know if New York thought it was a clear enough recovery or not.
Yes, that's right. Go Pack, go. Heineke to throw, and this one is dropped by Sims Jr. on second down here. Now it's going to be 3rd and long for Washington. My suggestion here for Washington is to be able to get this one to Sims or go to Logan.
Washington, you don't want to end up not making this first down and give the ball back to Tom Brady and give him a
You want to be able to get this one to some of your best playmakers here. Maybe you go to McLaurin. McLaurin would be a good option to go to. Good clean pocket. He throws and it's complete to Sims, but he's well short of the first down to the 30. If you're Washington, you'll just punt here and be able to make them drive the field here.
Add to this 11-point lead. Well, Tony, we have talked a lot about Taylor Heineke and what he's been able to do, really thrust into the starting role because Alex Smith couldn't go. But Tampa is the team that was the favorite coming in. They have all the attention, and we've kind of watched them here in this first half really elevate their play and start to look like a complete offense, as they have the last 4 weeks.
They have, and offensively, it has all gelled. Defensively, we figured they were going to put pressure on Heineke and try to rattle him. He's played well, but I've just been very, very impressed with this Tampa.
My whole take on the thing is that, I don't know, I don't really think it's... The Washington football team has always gone by the Redskins for so long, and I just want to be able to see this. Mickens is going to go for a little bit, and then on the punt return, he goes down after just a minimal gain there. This will put Tampa Bay back on offense. I don't know. Some people don't have a problem with the name. Native Americans in general don't have a problem with the name. I personally don't have a problem with the name, with being partially Native American myself. I don't know. The people or the FedEx practically force them into the name change. Otherwise, they would have canceled their sponsorship with Washington. So they kind of did that for a PR move. Brady throws this one incomplete to Mike Evans, who fell. And that'll be second down with 1:18 to go in the second. I really don't have much to say on the whole Washington team name, really. I think people have made a big deal out of it, more than it needs to be.
Scary looking injury when it happened. Time out here for the moment.
And apparently there's a timeout here called by Tampa Bay.
There's the explanation. Alex Kappa, the starting right guard, trainers came to look at him, so now he's going to have to come out for a play. And because it is in the last 2 minutes, the timeout must be used. So Ted Larson just signed and elevated from practice.
2nd and 10. Brady with all day to throw completes this one easily to Antonio Brown, who gets a first down to 41. Now this will be no huddle here.
Great job. He's mixed up the snap count, and Washington was blitzing, but they were late because it was a quick count.
Oh, that one was almost picked. That was tipped by Brown and almost picked right there.
Godwin also slipped there.
That's 2 balls that we've seen go through Chris Godwin's hands, and that's unusual. Tom Brady told us this guy has great hands.
Dropped by Godwin and then nearly picked by Cameron Curl of Washington. Wow. That was close to a game changer there for Washington. And this one is going to be incomplete to Brate. And now it's 3rd and 10.
And I keep mentioning, Tony, clean the pocket because we thought Washington could get to Brady. So far, they haven't been able to.
Yeah, they have not really, they've knocked him down a couple times, but they haven't impacted a lot of throws. Here's Chase Young rushing against Donovan Smith. Makes him go the long route.
Yeah, I mean, this is really kind of it. That's kind of, I would have to agree with that. A lot of Native American people have not been offended by the term, and it's been used for so long. Brady back to throw, 3rd and 10, almost gets sacked, and then he does. This one is Montez Sweat.
Who led this team with 9 sacks this year, gets to Brady, and Washington with 42 seconds left.
Very good play there, and then Washington finally gets home, and good play there by Sweat. He gets past Wirfs, and that stops the drive right there, and I think Tampa Bay will have to punt here. Here's another chance for Washington.
Brady getting after his guy.
He wanted them to keep moving. Yes, stay alive.
It's like I kept that alive for a second. Washington took its first time out, and then Bradley Pinion will kick to Stevenson.
Okay, they're on their other. They were even on their own side of the field. I wasn't really paying attention to where they were. So Pinion to punt, and this one's going to be let go of by Sims, and it's going to take a big time roll for the Bucs, and they'll down it right at the 10.
You got it. 53-yard kick, and not much to do for Washington, pinned with 10.
It was either the 10 or the 15.
All right, it's a little different this year, the Pro Bowl, but the NFL's best will still be recognized. 2021 NFL Pro Bowl celebration presented by Verizon Sunday, 3 Eastern on January 31st on ESPN and ABC. It's the all-access pass to the game's brightest stars. Like a Chase Young. Experience for the youth of this Washington team. Ron Rivera did admit to us, we're still early. This is earlier than I
think I will answer this question in text here.
But still, they represent and won when it mattered most.
And there goes quick pass to McKissick for about 8 there. This is probably Washington's not going to do much here, I don't think.
He's bringing a lot of blitzes where McKissick has to stay in and pick up rather than release into the pass routes.
All right, Heineke on the run here. He's probably going to take about 6 or 7 here. 3 seconds to go for the half. I think I would just down this one.
Heineke, again, he's doing everything right. His receivers have dropped 3 balls on him that could have been big catches that would have kept drives going. But he has not been the reason why they're behind in this football game. He's doing everything.
So that should probably take us to halftime with probably one more play here for Washington. I don't see the Hail Mary here. They're way too far. I don't know how good Heineke's arm is. It's just a handoff to McKissick for a couple. And that will do it for the half.
Tampa scores 9 in each quarter. Washington gets 7 in this frame. 18-7. Tampa leads. Washington's ball for the second half. Now the Toyota halftime. And once again, here's Liam McHugh.
All right, thanks so much, Mike.
Yeah, my coverage is not in halftime because my stream is a little bit slow, and the stream in general is slow, and it's probably going to be about five seconds for whatever I'm speaking right now is going to catch up with my viewing audience. So that is kind of why live streams to me are so, I don't know if I want to do them because I'm so behind, and then it's just even more behind once the stream catches up to you guys. It's not the best of situations. But it's kind of fun to be able to do this, offer some commentary and whatnot. So I'm going to ask a question for you guys, and put a response down in your name in the comments if I should do this. Because if not, I would like to be able to just rest my voice a little bit and just kind of enjoy the rest of the game a little bit. So there's only just 3 people in here, so there really hasn't been too much of a turnout in this stream, unfortunately, given the fact that it's just been kind of a lot of people have kind of come on and off. I kind of wish like King Howie or a couple of others would be able to come on and be able to talk a little bit about the Packers and whatnot, and give a little bit of something more to the chat. It's been very, very quiet, and which I understand. It's not as entertaining as Tom Grossi's streams or anything like that. It's okay, Green Tree. Thanks for coming on, and I really, really appreciate appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate the support from the people that have come on to watch this live stream with this exciting game of the Tampa Bay Bucs against the Washington football team in Washington. It has been a pretty good game. Quite a bit of offense by Tampa Bay and not so much by Washington score-wise, but they've been able to put up a game, and that there's a very, very good opportunity for
20-plus years. It's nothing that you can show him that he's confused about. And this is a corner. He's peeking back in the backfield.
I just want to get to this comment here. I got to cover the game while others watch DR poll. So you kept me updated. I got the game live now. Not everyone is Tom Grossi. Yeah, not everyone is Tom. I mean, he's an entertainer for sure, and a comedian. So yeah, I'm kind of more of just like I just prefer to talk about football. I'm just more about just like giving like every single analysis of every nook and nuance of football, and give it that way, as that I'm just not really the entertainer that Tom is. You know, he's got the jokes, and I've just got the head knowledge. That's really about it. And I'm going to kind of not talk so much because it's a little bit on the old voice box. I'm pretty well hydrated with some water here. What does everybody else think about the Los Angeles Rams pulling off the upset in Seattle? That was quite a bit of a game there. And John Wolford going out with a neck injury, that really looked like it hurt when he went out. And then Jared Goff came in and played pretty well in his absence. And him with a thumb injury, really, he was unknown going into this game. And then the Rams, what they were able to do on defense was remarkable. And they got after Russell. They picked him off. It was a very, very good game there by the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks from what I was able to catch. I was hoping to do the live stream for that game, but things didn't go so well with technical difficulties. And I know that things on here are probably not very well either because I'm actually streaming this through my laptop, and I know that the audio is probably not very good, and I'm just kind of making do with what I have. So comment your thoughts about what happened with the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks game. I would like to be able to know what you guys think about how the Rams can fare against the Packers. So far, this has been a pretty good day one of wild card playoffs. The first game, I missed the majority of the game, the Colts and the Bills. I didn't want to stream those games because they were AFC games. I mostly just wanted to come on and stream the NFC games just for some tests to see how things would go live stream wise and see how the turnout was going to be to see if I do more live streams in the future of various games of choice. I will probably not be able to stream the Saints-Bears game tomorrow. I don't really know. It will kind of depend on how this stream goes. Like I said, these are all just tests to see how things go. The turnout here in this stream has not been so great. People have been kind of coming in, popping in and out. Understandable. People want to watch the game live as it is. Wherever they are, probably to hear the commentary from the greats and whatnot, and other live streamers, which I would understand that. You don't have just Tom Grossi. You guys have the Sports Sphere. They do a very good job with live streams. Josh and Sean, those two are very, very, very funny guys. They do great live streams, and they are very, very well. They do a very good job of what they do. They're entertaining, and shout out to those guys. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to Josh and Sean, and others that I haven't even mentioned. I'm pretty sure there's not too many live streams for this game going on that are really on the Packers side of things, as Packers streams are mostly that of Packers streams where you have Tom, you have Cheesehead TV with Aaron Nagler and Corey Benke. Those two are legends in the Packer world when it comes to all things Packers. And that is something that I look up to as a Packer fan myself in being a Packers YouTuber. In general, I am inspired by all those guys and what they're able to do, and it's a lot of fun to be able to get other people's other people's takes and what they have to say about the Packers and about football in general. I know this has just been me rambling quite a bit, but I just want to be able to get this going while it's halftime, and I'm trying to rest my voice a little bit, but I just keep going on, and I can do that, but I will need to eventually step away so I can get a little bit of a break here.
The dog ingested something.
Which I think I will take a break right now with there being a commercial break. At least that's what I'm seeing right now. It's a little bit of a commercial break. So I am just going to step away, and you guys yourselves, please don't go away, because I shall return. Okay, I have returned. Washington has the ball, and 1st and 10, Heineke throws this one away, and I can see that one person has left, understandable, because I just returned, and
Todd Bowles is not going to let that happen. He is going to keep those big men in there. He's going to stop the line of scrimmage.
I know I'm a little bit late because my stream is late, and my stream for the game is late. So we got Heineke in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. Here's a good chance and good throw, and this one is complete to McLaurin for a first down to about the 38-yard line, 37 roughly. I gotta change this to a third quarter. Change the banner to third quarter. Booyah. Heineke to throw, flags down, complete to McLaurin for a short gain on a shallow cross, and this will probably be holding maybe on Washington, I'm assuming.
You watch Heineke, you almost wonder, how is he out of the NFL? At least to somebody's backup somewhere. I'm telling you.
Because I saw in the backfield.
Exceptional football.
Offside.
Oh.
Defense number 90 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
JPP going offside for Tampa Bay gives Washington a 1st and 5 coming up. Unless they declined it.
Washington winning this NFC East at 7 and 9, going down to the very final game.
It's 1st and 5. About the 47 of Washington. Heineke back to throw with lots of time. Completes this one to Logan Thomas for a big gain, first down, Washington.
He brings 3 tight ends in, makes it look like they're going to run. Play action, and then it's a wheel route to Logan Thomas, out and up, and he beat Levante David. Levante's playing the short route, and it ends up going over the top. Well done, well thrown, good call, good execution.
Well done. Good play. Now they're deep in Tampa Bay territory. Good play call. And Heineke back to throw on 1st and 10, scrambles around, runs it, and slides down to the 20 for about a 4 to 5 yard gain. So this will make it 2nd and manageable.
Nothing there, rather than throwing the ball away or taking a sack, he steps up, makes positive yardage.
Taylor has actually got a little bit of mobility. He's not like a running quarterback or anything like that. He's got some mobility because he's young and he's got some quick legs. And here's a handoff to, looks like it's to Gibson for about a couple, probably 3 or 4 on that. Heineke gained 3 on the last play.
Here was that 1999 NFC divisional game with Washington taking on the Bucs.
We're down
Just enough offense, Tony.
Yes, and then we needed a big play.
Got some old highlights of some Tampa Bay Washington footage when Tony Dungy was the head coach of Tampa Bay, and he was a very good coach back in the day. I really greatly admire Tony and what he's been able to do for this league. And through the hands of Logan Thomas and almost picked by Winfield. That was a close one.
Taylor knows he missed one there. He just put a little too much heat on that one.
A little bit too much mustard on the throw for Thomas to catch that one over the middle for the first, and that would have continued the drive, but Washington will probably get a nice field goal to be able to make it a 1-score game here. Dustin Hopkins for a pretty short one. 36-yarder.
It's a 36-yarder.
Not an easy one, but makeable, and it's true.
So they needed points on that opening drive and get them, but they could have had.
That will change it now to 18-10. still low scoring like I thought it would.
Chevy Silverado Trail Boats. When you have a 2-inch lift.
With Tampa Bay still up ahead, no surprise. But Washington can tie this sucker up on the next drive and with a defensive stop. Just resting my voice a little bit here and dehydrating. I'm a little bit dehydrated and I want to hydrate myself, so I dare somebody in the comment section to pour this on my head. The rest of this water here to pour it on my head. I dare somebody. Because I will do it. It's a waste of water, but I'll do it. I guess not. That's fine. I'll keep the water. Last chance. Pour the rest of this water. Going once, going twice. Okay. The water is staying in the bottle.
That's what he said after the game last week, and then Ohio State and Michigan greet each other like Ohio State and Michigan should. And Tony hasn't been able to get Tom when it matters the most.
No, Tampa's done a great job mixing it, keeping him off balance, double teams, tight end blocking.
I don't know.
Donovan Smith has done a good job. Very frustrating night so far for Chase Young. Hasn't been able to have that impact play yet.
No, slightly different for these guys, right? 42nd postseason game, Chase Young playing in his first year, the number 2 overall pick behind Joe Burrow of Cincinnati. And he is not only brought the rookie sack lead, defensive player of the month.
Let's see what will happen on this next drive for
as I said before, and a leadership, Tony, that has emerged so much during the year. Ron Rivera,
Washington here, what they can do on defense and what Tampa Bay has cooked up into their arsenal of plays.
He hadn't seen a young leader like this since Ray Lewis. And when you compare somebody in leadership to Ray Lewis, that's about as high.
I don't really think that there's not much of an answer for Tampa Bay. It doesn't really look like Washington's defense is coming through too much in the pass rush department, and their run defense has not been that great either. The pass defense has been subpar, but it hasn't been terrible. They're not really getting a whole bunch of completions down the field. It's mostly getting through some really simple plays with a lot of short passes to running backs and dump offs. That's pretty normal, and when that's pretty normal for a 43-year-old quarterback that doesn't have a great arm, never had a great arm to begin with. But but Brady can really throw it, to be honest. He does have an arm still, and Fournette is only going to get a couple to the right, and this will bring up second and about 7 or 8.
His defense reminds you of Jacksonville.
We played against them when I was in Indianapolis for years, and it was the two big...
So far, Leonard Fournette has 47 yards, 11 carries, and Brady with 209, 2 touchdowns. Really good game.
And they're building a special defense here.
Second and 7. Brady going to throw, and it's off target, incomplete. Going to Mike Evans.
times in the first half, only one reception.
This Tom tried to back shoulder.
Oh.
Mike Evans didn't quite read it. They weren't on the same page. And a little bump from Montez Sweat at the end on Tom Brady. So, again,
all I got to say is game streams are probably not really my thing. I'm looking forward to kind of doing the NFL draft. That is probably going to be the stream. That will be the stream of all streams, is the NFL draft, and that is going to be a lot of fun come April, and I love April and the draft. 3rd and 7, Brady going with a short pass dropped by Godwin, but that was not a very good throw. And this one is a 3-and-out. Tampa Bay will punt. Washington back on offense with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter.
We don't have blockers for them. You got to look quick. Here comes Fabian Moreau. Has to throw it quick, and Tom was a little bit off on that.
Godwin couldn't bail him out. And Brady's 3-and-out. And Bradley Pinion will punt it to Steven Sims.
Here's Pinion's punt. This one will go really, really short. Wow. And this is going to take a nice Washington bounce to about the 43-yard line. Very good starting field position here for the football team here to get something going on offense and probably tie this game up. It takes a touchdown and 2-point conversion to be able to make it 18-18. Really good game, I got to say.
TurboTax Live Expert, ready to assess even the most unique.
Very much a defensive type of contest. Offenses have been fairly sharp. There has been a lot of nice plays. There's been a good mix of run and pass, more so by Tampa. The run game, it's not completely shut down by Tampa Bay, but Washington has been able to get a little bit of a ground game going, even though some of it's coming from the quarterback, who is actually leading the team in 25 rushing yards, and Gibson has 23. But he does have some pretty good runs in there. It's chipping a little bit away at the defense, and that is something that all teams are going to have to try to do, no matter who it is. They're going to probably have to chip away a little bit at a time to be able to have some kind of ground game going. Instead of going for negative yards, just go for +2, and a +2 is better than -1 or -2. And there was J.D. McKissick on the touchdown run that helped things in the ground game a little bit. I would like to see McKissick get a little bit more chances in that regard, but Gibson, he's doing fairly decent, given the circumstance around that. You had a really, really good Tampa front with Ndamukong Suh and Golston, along with Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul. Those guys are very, very good at what they do. And Washington, of course, themselves have a very, very good defense. I really like what they have on that front with Young, Allen, and Deron Payne, along with the young Montez Sweat and the older Ryan Kerrigan. Those guys can do it up front, and I really like what Ron Rivera has been able to do with Washington, despite their 7-9 record. And shout out to Ron Rivera for the battle with cancer and being courageous and being able to make a nice comeback for his firing in Carolina to land back on his feet very well in DC and be able to turn this team into a sharp team and a future Super Bowl contender with Washington, I believe. Here we go, and Gibson has 3 right here, and he's down. Looks like he's down at about the 45-yard line. Like I said, keep chipping it away here. I think that Washington can still really. They can keep on running it. You cannot abandon you just don't abandon the run here. You can't do that. You got to be really balanced, especially with a backup quarterback. Heineke back to throw, and I think this one has been batted up in the air. This one is clearly incomplete. This one was going to Cam Sims, I believe.
With those long arms.
That was batted by Pierre-Paul. I mean, he's been very good. He's had a resurgence here with the Tampa Bay Bucs. Jason Pierre-Paul really, I think, feels like a 3-4 linebacker to me. But he's been able to play pretty equally well in a 4-3 back when he was with the Giants, when he was drafted by them. Heineke back to throw on 3rd and 7, has a little bit of time before pocket collapses. He's able to run for a first down and more. Nice run by Taylor, but there's a flag down. This may be a hold and on Washington. It is. That's going to hurt a little bit right there for Washington, but I think it's 3rd and manageable.
This is on Ndamukong Suh. And Suh is rushing inside. There's a little stutter move. It's a gain. And Barrett came inside, Suh went outside and just had to get the grab.
3rd and 17. This is rough. This is rough for them, but I think they can probably do it. With under 10 minutes to go, Heineke back to throw and completes this one. And a dump off to Logan Thomas, who's going to be well short of the first, but he's going to gain about 12 on that.
Tony, when you watched Washington on tape,
and this one will be a
this is kind of what you saw with their offense. They, maybe when you get a
decent drive to start it out, but it ends at a punt anyway for a good stop by the Tampa Bay defense here.
Tampa's not going to give you that 20-yard play. Take what you can get. Let's punt it down here. See if we can get it punted inside the 10-yard line.
Tress way to punt here.
Be patient on offense.
Gets it off, and this one. Oh, this is going to take a really nice bounce for Washington. I thought that was pretty close to where Jaden Mickens touched the ball and it was grabbed, but I don't think that was the case. That was good punt by Tressway, and down very well by Curl there on the punt.
T-Mobile is upgrading its network at a record pace.
So they're gonna start at the 8-yard line. It looks like.
T-Mobile, we're turning up the speed. Upgrade over 1,000 towers a month with ultra capacity 5G to bring speeds as fast as Wi-Fi to cities and towns across America. And we're adding more every week. Coverage and speed. Who says you can't have it all?
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert? Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
I'm just kind of looking around at the stats here. So far, it looks like 183 by Heineke with an interception, has yet to throw a touchdown. Gibson now leads the Washington running back group with 26 yards. And the leader in passing yards goes to, or receiving yards goes to Logan Thomas with 65, Cam Sims with 46, both with 3 catches. And then Tampa Bay wise, it looks like Tom Brady with 209, 2 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette, 50 yards on 12 carries. Chris Godwin, 3 catches, 56 yards, and a score, along with Antonio Brown's 2 catches, 49, and 1 score. And there's been definitely quite a bit of spreading around, more or less, with a lot of very, very good throws coming from both quarterbacks, and the running game going more heavily towards the Tampa Bay Bucs, given how good that Tampa Bay's run defense is, and it's a lot to go off of.
Kenan Thompson in a new family comedy. Kenan, coming soon.
Derek Bowers, the down judge, just leaving your shot. Explain to Ron Rivera. This was called a touchback. Remember Terry McCauley. Explain why, please. So
they're apparently calling this a touchback, according to
But if he carries it into the end zone, it becomes a touchback. Now that's normally when the play is down. The player's trying to down it. It's not. It's
handoff to Keyshawn Vaughn for a couple.
Keyshawn Vaughn runs here for 2. And when we go back to that, Brian Smith
On 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay.
He's like in escape mode, and then Troy Apke gets it, and he's thinking like, hey, it touched him, I'm going to take it and score a touchdown. In fact, you can't score a touchdown. You'd only get the ball at that spot where you touched it. But Apke's a gunner. He's got to know better. But Terry, that's a borderline decision there, or is that...
2nd and 7, here we go for Tampa Bay. About under 8 minutes to go here for the Bucs. It's under 8 minutes for you guys. And this one is dropped by Godwin there, who was open on an in route. 3rd and 7 coming up with 8:04 to go in the third. The 11-5 Tampa Bay Bucs up 18-10 on the home team Washington football team. 3rd and 7. Montez Sweat and company out with some rush, and this one is caught by Mike Evans for a first down on a dig. Not much really here that the Washington football team can do to stop their passing attack with minimal pass rush. Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and those guys, they're not really getting home. There's all kinds of time. Pass protection has been tremendous for Tampa Bay. Worse than those guys, they're getting it done. So Kappa, Jensen, Donovan Smith, those guys are very good, and they're opening up holes for their running back, in which Keyshawn Vaughn gets 6 here on this carry on 2nd down. Very, very well blocked there.
Injury, bothered by a calf. We have not seen him tonight, perhaps aggravating it pregame.
I suppose that could be the reason why Jones is not playing. Calf injury. And no pass rush again on 2nd and 4. Incomplete to Evans, going to the left, and 3rd and 4 coming up. A little bit over shot to Evans, but not that bad. Easily catchable. Evans beats out the corner, and just a little bit too much mustard on the pass for Evans on the deep ball. I think a short pass is going to come here, you guys. On 3rd and 4, possibly look for the screen. And it's a complete to Brait instead on a slant-ish route. So that goes for a first down. I'd keep going to Brait if I was Tampa Bay. He's been able to get open down the middle of the field. And he does it yet again on a slant route in which the nickel corner fell.
It looked like he just came out and ran over the defensive back and got open.
They saw Brait lose the ball, as he came down, hopped right back on it.
3 catches, 57 for Bray. And here's another handoff. Really big hole for Vaughn. He lost the football. The ball came out. I think he might be down, though. But Washington is saying that they have it. I think he might be down. I don't know.
Washington coming out saying that they have it, and they do. So the rookie Keyshawn,
and that's a really big play right there. Very, very good. Washington's ball forces a fumble, and that is very big. That is very big. Nice play. Wow. Who was that? I can't tell who the number. But a very good play by the defense. Bostic, John Bostic. John Bostic, the inside linebacker. Very good play. That's a big costly turnover there, and turnovers shift games. So here we go, Washington. You guys can do it. Let's go, underdog Washington football team. McKissick going in motion with Heineke with some time to throw. He completes this one to Sims for a first. On and out. A deep out. First down. Ball in Tampa territory. With about under 6 minutes to go for the third quarter. This is getting good. This is getting good. Let's go. And Gibson's not going to get anything there. Probably lost a yard. 18-10 Tampa Bay. Third quarter. Lots of time left. 2nd and 11 for Washington. Coming up at 5 minutes. Heineke in the backfield. JPP injured with some kind of lower leg injury. Gibson in motion. And 4-man front. He's getting there, get some pressure here. Heineke's going to have to run this one. And he does. He breaks free. He's got a first down. And he's down at the 28. Good run by Taylor. Good run by Taylor on that one. He just escaped a sack, and he was so close. Good pressure by Tampa Bay's front, I'll say that. Cool. Shaq Barrett coming up in there and beat the left tackle. Really good run by Taylor. That's why I'm clapping, because that was a heck of an escape by Taylor. Here's Gibson with an outside run. He's going to get about 3 there on an outside, and we got flags down. Probably going to be a hold. That's my guess, or a horse collar. Tony Dunn just says. If that's a horse collar, that's going to be the first down for Washington. Horse collar on Murphy Bunting, I think that's what they're going to call.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle from the defense number 20.
I mean, you're just trying to make a play. In all honesty, that's tough. You're just trying to be able to make a tackle. You grab the guy in the back of the jersey by mistake. It happens. But normally defenders are pretty good about the horse collar tackles. You don't see them very much. Trivia piece. Who was the originator of the horse collar tackle? I'll give you a hint. Dallas Cowboys safety. If you know the answer to it, type it in the comments. All right, 1st and 10. Heineke in the shotgun. And this one is completed on a dump off to Cam Sims, trying to leap over a defender and gets taken out of bounds. And that will be 2nd and pretty short.
Defenders have seen enough of this, and they're just going to stop these guys from trying to jump over. But again,
by Taylor Heineke. They've got a double level. He's looking deep first. It wasn't there. He didn't force it. First down. I'll take my underneath.
Good play there by Heineke and a very good route. Cam Sims was wide open on a shallow crosser. Well done. Tries to leap over a defender. Didn't really work. Second and 4. And Gibson's not going to go anywhere here. May gain 1 on this. He's going to get a loss of 1.
We're out there. It's the first couple of days. I'm a linebacker, and I'm wondering who's this voice I'm hearing behind me in the secondary. It was the rookie out of Minnesota, the second-round pick who showed up and was a vocal leader from the jump.
I guess with one person, only one person in here, I'm not going to expect much of anything in the comments, and that's fine. If I'll give up the answer to who got the horse collar, whoever invented the horse collar, in just a few seconds. 3rd and 5, Heineke in trouble. Gets some dives for the end zone. I think you got it. Touchdown. It's a touchdown by Heineke. That was good. Nice run. That was impressive. I would take a look at that, though. I mean, that was close. He still got the first down if he didn't score, though. Man. Taylor is really, really underrated athletically. I mean, that was very, very good run. Oh, he crossed it. That's a touchdown. Wow. Nice stretch. He just got it in the pylon. Touchdown, Washington. Wow. Man. What a game from Taylor.
Exactly. All right, so this is a 2-pointer to tie this game at 18.
I'm sure Tampa's going to bring heat here.
And they're going to try to go for 2. Logan Thomas is stuffed there, and they're not going to get it. So that'll make it 16-18. In the bottom of the 3rd quarter, and Washington is still back in it, or they are now back in it, to make it a 1 field goal away from a win.
At home with Baker Mayfield.
Oh no. No!
So I'm going to add this little tidbit here in the chat. People are not going to really care much, but I don't care. It was Roy Williams of the Dallas Cowboys that implemented the horse collar tackle rule, and that is why it is now an illegal play. Because Roy Williams grabbed Terrell Owens, horse-collared, and broke his ankle. That is why the rule is now implemented.
It's proven to help relieve pain, stop further irreversible joint damage, and clear skin in many adults.
So this should definitely shape up to be a pretty good game, possibly coming down to the wire here, with Washington showing some fight to a team that they had no chance against an invincible Tampa Bay Bucs opponent with one of the all-time great quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL, with a backup quarterback, no less. And this has definitely been shaped up to be a pretty good game.
Get your taxes done with or without the office visit. Drop in, drop off. Send us a pic of your docs, and a tax pro will do the work. Or file online and get help if you need it. No matter how you choose to file,
Block has your back.
Let me look at the stats here for a quick sec. Rest of my voice too. Heineke now leads the rushing pack with 46 yards and 1 score. Not much room for Gibson and McKissick, but all the scores have come via running. One by McKissick and one by Heineke. And all the scores for Tampa Bay have come by the pass. One touchdown going to Godwin, 1 touchdown going to Brown, all coming from the arm of Brady.
Social justice. Our nation's capital. Very much in the news this past week, and this football team has been in the news throughout this season for a variety of reasons, and some of them have been inspirational.
Here's the kickoff, and this one's going out of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay will start at the 25, with possibly the last drive of the third quarter of the last game of the day one of the NFC wild card matchups. All of this came off the turnover by the Tampa Bay Bucs, and which led to this touchdown here to get it to an 18-16 score. Could be a momentum shifter. Here we go. Brady to throw, and Godwin is wide open, but he drops it falling down. 2nd and 10 coming up. That was close. Godwin was wide open. Way down the middle of the field. I would keep going down the middle of the field if I was the Bucs. There is so much openness in the middle. There's so much openness deep down the field with the zone coverage there.
Godwin's second in wide receiver catches on the season for Tampa.
This time on 2nd and 10, Brady completes this one to Godwin over the middle easily for about 7 on this one. So it'll be 3rd and short coming up.
Team who are making their playoff debut. You got veterans like Brady and Gronk and Sue, but there are also other guys that they've been waiting, especially the ones who've been a part of this franchise.
Yeah, and you can see how hyped up they are. They all told us when we talked to them, the intensity was up in practice, the attention to detail, and we're seeing just maybe a little nerves here on Chris Godwin's part. I'm not sure, but I'm not used to seeing him drop balls like this.
Late after Tanner Hudson, he's seen very few snaps.
3rd and 3 with 4 wides. Quarterback shotgun. And that was completed easily to Brate there for a 1st down and a whole lot more. Again, the Washington pass rush is not there. It's very, very much lacking. There's all kinds of time.
On the deep crossing route. And again, they just have so many weapons. You don't know who to go to, who to double, who to look for on defense. And Tom Brady picks Cameron Brate here.
5 players with multiple receptions.
I'd keep going to Brate because he's getting wide open. Keyshawn Vaughn going up the middle for probably about 6 or 7 here. I'm sorry, that's Fournette.
Running game,
not Vaughn, Fournette.
They can do this. They can do it well if they continue in this design. But what you'll see is the same look, play action pass offense, always looking for the deep shot.
Tampa does not have to run a play.
2nd and 5, ball at the 40-yard line with the clock running out, and gets it off. Brady going back to throw, no pressure, completes this one over the middle to Evans for another 1st down.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, and off we go to the 4th. All 9 points scored by Washington. They're down by 2 on this super wild card weekend.
That concludes the 3rd quarter there, so that will change everything to the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you what I know. I love this story.
Why didn't you try to find me? What stopped you?
I had a child. I don't know where he is.
This Is Us, Tuesday on NBC. Wednesday, the night's most watched dramas return.
So that is that. With the third quarter concluded, it's definitely anyone's game right now. With Tampa Bay rolling here, and they are deep into Washington territory, possibly on the way to getting some more points here, heading into another quarter of some exciting football here in Washington at FedEx Field, and we'll have to see what happens here with what Brady can do, leading the way to some possible points here for Tampa Bay's offense, barring some type of turnover, which don't press it. I think that Washington was able to do a very good job of coming away with a fumble, and that led to the Taylor Heineke touchdown from, I believe it was 18 yards out. I forgot. Got a couple people popping up in here and leaving. Surprise, surprise. I'm gonna grab some water here. Oh. I don't know. This stream has been very up and down. It's kind of, I got to make a decision whether if I want to stream the next game or not. I really don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on streaming the Bears game tomorrow.
Exactly the way Ron Rivera wanted his team to come out and play in that third quarter.
Here we go, 1st and 10.
Take away Deron Payne, force one, that kind of turn things around.
Here's a quick pass to Fournette for about 8 yards to the 15-yard line for Tampa Bay.
Give the ball to Leonard Fournette, although he's coming out here. I'd like to bring Tyler Johnson. Yeah.
So this will bring up 2nd and 2.
Long-time leading receiver sent in by Byron Leftwich. We're going no backs. 2nd and 2.
Here's the snap. And Brady gets sacked. This one is Deron Payne, the defensive tackle, with the 2nd sack for Washington. This will bring up 3rd down here. 3rd and 7.
You'll see Deron Payne right here and just swim and make a play inside.
And he gets past Ted Larson, who's in there for Alex Kappa. The starter's out. Larson just elevated from the practice squad.
This will be a big stop here if Washington can hold them to 3 points again. This one passes incomplete, going for Brown. 4th and 7. On comes Ryan Suckup for another field goal attempt.
You get a sack, and then you get a tip ball, red zone stop. That's what Washington needed.
This will be pretty close to it, pretty much next to the chip shots of the another chip shot again. Suckup made a 29 and 23 yarder. This one is 38 from the right hash. And it's good. Pretty easy.
Washington didn't have the rush they had on the other kicks earlier. Tampa gets 3.
And now it's like 21-16.
Category 3 hurricanes left more than 1 million people without power.
The effects of the superstorm iron levels in entire communities.
Tornadoes struck in the early.
We've always tried to be there when you and your home have needed us most. Working together.
I felt pretty good about Washington and their defense in order to be able to hold Tampa Bay down a little bit. And so far they've been up to the task in keeping this high-octane offense with weapons and running backs from tearing it up on the field. I did feel pretty good about the Packers possibly taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because the Packers' defense is on the way to becoming an underrated defense, really. This defense has been able to do a pretty good job. It's not Washington's defense by any stretch of the imagination. Washington does a very, very good job in so many categories. They stop the run pretty well. They are, I think, middle of the pack against the run. I can't really say I know entirely for sure what they are, but they don't allow points. They are third in points allowed. Taco Freak dude, bro. Thanks for joining this stream. Washington all the way. Yeah, that would be awesome to be able to see this underdog team come away with this victory. And I'm pretty sure Taco Freak all the way just left. I don't know. Now we're back to just one person in the stream, which is fine. I'm streaming only because of just this one person. I'm pretty sure it's Jesus of the Apes, who is a Packer fan and supporter of my channel. And thank you for supporting the show. For supporting the stream and the channel. It really means a lot. Otherwise, I would have stopped at halftime. And I would not have kept going if it wasn't for you.
Temperature in the mid-30s here, just outside the nation's capital. 5-point Tampa Bay lead as the Buccaneers get on the board for the first time here in this second half. If Chicago wins tomorrow, the winner tonight, looking at a home game, which is not what I think the folks in Tampa. Tampa folks are thinking they have to go on the road 3 times.
And now nobody in the stream. Well, I guess that's how it goes.
Tomorrow afternoon, Baltimore, Tennessee will go first, and then
whatever. This
with Al, Chris, and Michelle right here on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Touchback. It'll go back to the 25-yard line. So Tony,
and this kickoff goes for a touchback. Washington back on offense again after a touchback by Pinion. Let's see what Heineke and crew can do with the football in the fourth quarter. Maybe take some time off the clock, take your time, score, and get back into this. A touchdown will be needed to take the lead here. Heineke with some time, and then some pressure comes from Nunez-Roches, and Heineke goes down a little bit, comes back up slowly after having to throw the ball away.
He's favoring that arm a little bit, but he's the tough guy. He's going to stay in there. And moves away.
No nothing there.
Nunez-Roches, the nose tackle. Flinging Heineke down.
Nunez-Roches, I think, is underrated. He's a really, really good pusher in the pocket. Heineke goes with a little bit of a short dump off to Gibson. He'll get a couple. Maybe just one on that. Not much there. 39 coming up.
That was one of the few second downs where Tampa really didn't come with pressure. They dropped into a zone, took away his upfield throw. Unusual. Very good call there by Todd Bowles.
You can see him very gingerly moving out of the huddle after it was broken. 3rd and 9.
All right, Heineke back to throw on 3rd and 9, get some pressure, and the pass is incomplete, going to Cam Sims, I believe, with some traffic in front, and now it's 4th and 9. Heineke looks a little bit injured, and it looks like they'll be back to punting. With some pass rush coming from Jason Pierre-Paul, and he goes down a little hard there.
And that left hand didn't get hit there as it rolled over, so you wonder if there's something that's been going on with that hand. We'll watch as they look at him over on the sideline.
Again, looked at the trainer there, Tress Way to punt.
Checking out Heineke, so Tress Way.
And this is a pretty short punt here, but it's going to take a couple of bounces for Washington.
43-yard punt. Tampa will take over at the 31. We look up by that collarbone area on Heineke. We're back in 30 seconds.
I don't know. So far, it looks like the Tampa Bay defense has been able to stiffen a little bit and figured out to get some pressure, and that is how things went. It was a 3-and-out for Washington, and now Tampa Bay will be back on offense with some more pressure heading for Washington's defense.
Robert West is one of the orthopedists for the Washington football team. They're looking at that left shoulder with Taylor Heineke and Ryan Vermillion coming in for a look. And hello, Steven Montez. How you doing? He's never played in the NFL. The rookie out of Colorado. They're going to take Heineke back for further examination. One would assume an X-ray.
1st and 10.
So Brady takes over, leading by 5.
Brady to throw. This one is slided and caught by Evans on a dig for a 1st down.
He's been in some discomfort as this game has gone on.
And this is a great route.
Again, really good protection.
22-yard comeback. He really sold the
Really good protection there by the offensive line of Tampa Bay.
He was in discomfort earlier on the field. He had the knee problem coming in. The knee that he injured last week.
And Leonard Fournette with a big hole and a really big gain, 1st down again for Tampa Bay. No answer really at all for this offense. That those holes were huge. Very good blocking up front. And with Heineke possibly dinged up, this doesn't bode well for Washington at all. Here's a handoff to Scotty Miller, and he'll get about 8 on that, so it'll be 2nd and 2 coming up. Not much Washington can do to stop this offense here. I think the only thing that's going to be able to help is some pass rush here. That's easier said than done, but it's got to be done.
8 for Miller there after 17 and 20 on those first couple of plays on this drive. Heineke is questionable to return with a shoulder injury.
Leonard Fournette for 2 yards, and he gets the 1st.
With the carry right to the yellow line, and that will be a Buccaneer 1st down as we get it around 10 minutes remaining here in regulation time. Okay, Steven Montez never played an NFL game. Why don't we just drop you into the 4th quarter of a playoff game on national TV against Tom Brady? The rookie out of Colorado and Logan Thomas. Logan would be the emergency quarterback. Of course, he was a terrific quarterback at Virginia Tech. Threw 52 touchdowns there.
This would be really interesting if Steven Montez has to play. That's a lot to ask for. Brady with time and to throw. Evans has it for a 1st down at the 3. This does not look really good for Washington.
First and goal for Tampa
is doing better than when I was coaching against it, and it's this, moving around in the pocket. Here he steps to his left, moves back, and finds his receiver, but just that little step away from the pressure. Off the spot, but still on target with the throw.
Very good throw there, and yeah, Tampa Bay keeps going back to those dig routes, and they're doing a very good job. Washington can't cover them. First and goal with a really good opportunity here. This one is caught in the end zone for a touchdown, going to Brait. This now makes it really tough for Washington to overcome, especially if Montez has to go in.
Of course, Tom Brady fakes the run, play action.
A little bit too much to really overcome when you have a rather invincible opponent and a backup quarterback, enough as it was, but oh, that looks like that could be dropped. That looks like he could have. Oh, I think Brait might have dropped this one. That is close.
Yeah, Mike, Tony, he does not catch the ball. He gets that initial control, but then it comes loose and it hits the ground before he regains.
That's a drop.
Control. So this is an incomplete pass.
All right, New York will take a peek at it. We'll see if the touchdown is taken off the board when we come back.
Gotcha. You're going down.
Introducing the all.
Well, it's not quite over yet, really. I mean, I think this one is going to be overturned here, and another stop may keep Tampa Bay, or may keep Washington still in it. But a touchdown definitely would make things really tough for Washington, especially when you have especially if you have a backup quarterback in. I don't know, with nobody in here, I'm just gonna kind of like lollygag around and I won't talk. Why am I wasting my breath?
On us on every single plan. Switch now and save 20% on your bill versus the other guys. And that's not an introductory rate. That's the best value in wireless. That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on America's 5G leader in coverage. And save 20% per month. Share big moments and big savings at T-Mobile.
America loves NBC's new comedy, Mr. Mayor. Holly Hunter is wonderful, and Ted Danson shines once again.
May I ask why you got on the bus with no pants?
How else am I supposed to get to the pants store? Idiot. New Thursday on NBC.
I think this will likely be overturned here.
Reviewing the play, the ball hit the ground.
Yep, it's overturned. Incomplete.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 9 minutes, 14 seconds, 9:14. Thank you.
All right, so Scott Novak with the call while you were in break. And Terry was all over that before we went to break. So it's second and goal now for Brady.
Leonard Fournette in for a touchdown. That's a backbreaker there, but we knew it was coming.
Leonard Fournette is so good near the goal line.
This just may put the game out of reach, and
Here it is, they're going to motion
especially only if Montez is out, or if Montez is going in and Heineke is out, this might put it out of reach. And with nobody in here, I think I'm just going to end this screen here, and I don't know. Not really anything to say much here, and
Nothing was going to stand in the way of Fournette from 3 yards out, 6
I guess
touchdowns
that will be it.
season.
I am out.
Very close to his season.